swim is created by a swim spa by developing a wide and deep current. Pressure's not your friend in a swim spa. Volume of water. And the nice thing is with a HydroPool swim spa, the Perfect Swim elevates the swimmer to a parallel level and produces a volume of water that's deep enough and wide enough to have a fantastic stroke. There's basically 4 components that make the Perfect Swim. The first is the pump and the hydraulics, the equipment that delivers the water to the jet area. And that has to be a balanced hydraulics. Basically what you want is you want to make sure that there's a throw and a catch to the current. So it kind of works like a conveyor belt. As the water comes out of the swim jet area, you want to make sure that the suction's on the opposite side to catch it. This will reduce the amount of turbulence in the swim. The second component is the jet and how the water gets delivered to the jet. What HydroPool did was we developed and patented a Sweep 90. Now, essentially when water comes out of a pump, it's spinning. The vortex is spinning like crazy. It's coming out of the pump. So when it hits the jet area, there's a huge amount of vortex in the swim area. So what we've done with HydroPool is we've introduced a swim fin design, and basically these fins shred the vortex as it comes out of the swim jet. The beauty of that is it flattens the swim and makes it a large, wide swim for the swimmer. The third component to any perfect swim is to have an adjustable current. You have to have an adjustable current to make sure that the swimmer can dial in exactly the level of their swim. They're not all going to be fantastic swimmers. People want to be able to dial it in from a beginner to an advanced swimmer. And finally, the last thing, or the fourth thing to look for when looking for a perfect swim, is the channel design or the shell design. Essentially, you don't want a large rectangular area, because what's going to happen is you're going to get a lot of backsplash on the end, and that'll kick the swimmer out of the current. So our belief from HydroPool's standpoint is you need some curves in the shell, and what that's going to do is it's going to break the swim, or it's going to break the current up so that it does not create a backsplash. In fact, what happens, it creates an eddy or some whirlpools in the area and stops that backsplash from coming into the swim area. Well, one of those things that you want to avoid is you want to avoid a rectangular shaped swim spa. Now, everyone's been to the ocean or been to the lake and stood on a break wall. When the water comes in and hits that break wall and it goes right straight back out into the ocean, that's what happens when you have a rectangular design with no outcrops. It comes in, hits the back area, and flows right over top, kicking the swimmer out of the lane. So make sure that you have a swim spa with some curves in it. Number 2, make sure that you have a swim spa that can develop the swim simultaneously between the 2 swim jets. Now, most swim spas out there have a swim jet, 2 swim jets, one controlled by a diverter valve and the other one controlled by a diverter valve. With the HydroPool swim spa, the swim jets are simultaneously controlled by a topside control. I guess the analogy to create is you don't want a swim spa that would have, I guess, a car that have 2 gas pedals. It'd be impossible to control the swim jet evenly if you had 2 gas pedals trying to operate that swim jet. With the HydroPool swim spa, it delivers a perfect simultaneous flow to the swim jet. And then finally, make sure the pumps are able to create enough volume of water to create that good swim. Well, the everyday athlete, let's define what the everyday athlete is. You know what? It's the husband or wife who's looking to get into shape, who's looking to stay in shape, looking to have some fun. So the everyday athlete wants a swim spa that they have a good swim. It should have a good swim. It should have a decent swim that they can breaststroke or they can front crawl in. It doesn't have to be fantastic, but it has to be good. Number 2, they have to have a deep shell design so that they can do some in-water exercises like rowing or like running against the current or running against the elasticity of a tether. And then finally, in my opinion, the everyday athlete, after they work out, They want to be able to sit back, relax, and have a bit of massage. So make sure that the swim spa has some seated area to be able to have that massage after your workout. The competitive athlete is looking for a little bit more. In fact, they're looking for a lot more. They need to have a high flow rate of current coming at them. So basically, they want a smooth current coming at them, and they need to be able to dial it in to the level that they want. So they may want to do interval training. They want to be able to dial that back and forth. Number two is they want to be able to track their progress. So they want to have some sort of an indicator how long they've swam, what's the distance that they've swam, and probably what the caloric output is of their exercise. And then finally, they want to be able to have an area after their workout that they can sit back and relax and have a bit of a massage. And that will give them the perfect swim. To find out which swim spa and compare the swim spas to find out which one is best for you, download our Buyer's Guide and Buyer's Guide checklist at hydropoolswimspas.com/perfect swim.